Yo, welcome back to another episode, another fire show of PVT Player versus Team. I'm your host Moo. I got my co-host Willie Beeman with me and my number one main guy DJ Micah B. How we doing today, fellas?
How you doing?
Good.
How you doing?
What's going on, people?
Chilling. Ready to get this party started.
Man, hey, look. So we can go ahead and hop into it. This whole week last week have been literally dripped into all kind of madness from the sports world to the music world. So just to get into a few little things, just to kind of start off the show here. Rasheed Rice, as my brothers eloquently put on yesterday's show, Gentlemen's Talk, live on Wednesdays, 7 p.m. 7:45 East Western. For everybody that's time specific, make sure you guys check your timetables and make sure you catch that show on Wednesdays. But as my brothers so eloquently put yesterday, the dumbass millionaire that is Rasheed Rice, details have came out. I don't know if anybody's have seen, but details have came out about him assaulting said photographer, and he was actually the one that told the photographer to return to the party in order to take flicks. Right now, to the photographer's knowledge, he thought that he was just coming back to the party, as Rasheed Rice requested, to take more pics of Rasheed Rice, more pictures, more videos, and content, etc., etc. Right? He gets there, he starts to do his job, starts to do his thing. Boom, he gets assaulted by the dude that told him to come back to the party. So, as the details are starting to come out about this, not to mention he is still fighting multiple felony charges from the dumbass shit that he did in Dallas. How are we feeling about this? Willie, I'm gonna start with you on this.
Dumbass. Just plain simple dumbass. You have your future in front of you. You are young, you're making money. You need to make sure you do everything to protect that. You have to make sure you go out there and you hold yourself utmost and not doing no BS with your boys. As a matter of fact, certain boys you need to really cut out because half of them ain't about shit no way. So there's just stupid, just dumb. But he's young. I just hope that he doesn't lose everything before he realizes he made stupid decisions. Someone needs to get a hold of this young man and tell him, look, you fucking up the bag. Don't fuck with the bag. Don't do that.
Fuck the bag. Do not fuck with the bag. DJ Michael B, how we feeling?
I agree. Like, you can't fuck up the bag. Where are the veterans on the team
Exactly.
right now? Where are they? Where's Travis Kelce? Where's Patrick Mahomes? Where I'm granted Patrick Mahomes is still on the younger side as well. But bruh, you got enough money. You want to go speed your car around? Go rent the damn racetrack and do it. Granted, he is just doing dumb shit that we all do when we're young, because when we're young, we feel invincible. I can only imagine the high you have as winning the Super Bowl as a rookie and being one of the big parts of it. So you really feel in touch when you feel like everybody is going to just give you a pass, and you just, up until you do the dumb shit you did and you crashed and started a pile up. Up until you pull a Kanye and you put your hands on a photographer, or somebody and you can't put the hands on a photographer. However that goes. However that goes. This is spiraling. This is what you call a spiral. And the veterans of the team, including Andy Reid and the coaching staff, should have already took a trip to wherever he is and say, hey, bro, the fuck you got going on? Get that shit together.
You need to really, really think. And I don't bring religion up too much on any of the shows that I do, but you really need to thank God nobody was killed. Because if somebody was killed, it would have been 10 times worse for you.
Charge.
10 times worse for you.
Right? In both the situations, right? Because we know that the details that came out about the car accident, like there was a woman that was involved and she was severely injured along with her child. So there was a lot of people that were also involved in the accident that he caused because he wanted to race and be irresponsible behind the wheels of a car. And at the same time, not even a month later, you're assaulting somebody in the club in Dallas in Texas, where carrying firearms is completely legal, right? Like somebody could have upped the pole on you, bro. You don't know what type of person that was.
Were they
So it's just coming into situations like this. You have to be smarter about where you're at and what you have to lose. And I think a lot of these guys, when they get to these levels, like DJ Michael B said, it's like an invincible feeling, especially winning the Super Bowl as a rookie. Like you get that kind of juice and you're feeling like you're on top of the world. But at the same time, you got to remember, like, there are people out here that are trying to get you, that are trying to come up off you, your name, your likeness, right? Your new contract, right? They're trying to provoke you on purpose to try to get you to assault them and press charges, whatever the case may be. And you just got to remember the moments that it took to get here, all the hardships, all the struggles that you went through to get to this moment, and don't throw it away for nothing little. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all have something to lose, right? And a lot of these guys, they got to start acting like it.
Where's Daddy at? That's what I want to know.
Let me ask y'all this and flip it another way real quick, because y'all know mental health is a real big thing these days, right?
Yes.
What if him winning the Super Bowl was such a high and he can't get that feeling back, so he wants to get the adrenaline pumping? That's why he did what he did with the car. The photographer is no excuse, but you're chasing that high feeling again, that feeling of adrenaline rush that you got, and that high that you got just by just by doing something that you shouldn't be doing, but it's giving you a rush and you're loving it. That's what I always worry about, that too, the psychological part of it.
But I agree with you in your earlier statement, though, because if that's the case, go get the racetrack or rent the racetrack. It's not like you don't have the money.
Yeah. And I get it, right? The whole mental thing. And I've always been an advocate for mental health, especially on the men's part, because I think that lacks a lot, right? Especially for young players, regarding football, regarding sports.
Black men, period.
Yeah, like black men, period, but just black men in sports, because we all know the struggles of being a black man in everyday life. But a lot of people don't like to talk about the details that we also face in sports as well, right? Being the provider, being the breadwinner for your family, and not just your immediate family, your whole family, right? Feeling like everybody is made it and feeling like you have to take care of everybody. And, there's just a lot of stress on these young athletes. And I have been advocating for some way, shape, or form of therapy, whether that be sports therapy, whether that be any kind of therapy for these young athletes, male and or female, to talk about their experience and talk about the things that they go through, so they don't feel like they're doing it alone, so they don't have to act out. Because even if we want to say that the driving thing is him acting out, like, you can even put the whole him assaulting somebody as him acting out, right? Because he doesn't have his anger in check, or anxiety causes him to his levels to spike, and he acts out irrationally after that. So you really just don't know the situations, right? And I'm glad that you brought that up, DJ, because I think that's important, right? Like, you're paying these kids a lot of money with these NILs. You're giving them all kind of freedom. They're going out, they're buying all these fast cars, they're buying all this jewelry. They got all this money, but at the same time, like, you're not teaching them how to spend it. You're not teaching them how to save it. You're not teaching them how to invest it. You're not teaching them the business part of being a professional athlete. Not to mention, there's no outlet for them to really talk about their feelings or talk about what they go through on a daily basis, and just the stress that they deal with as an athlete and as a person. So I think that's important. And I think, along with all these other changes, rule changes, health changes that are going on, I think a lot of the NCAA and the NFL, NBA, all the sports need to start focusing on more mental health, and just hiring some therapists to get these guys and women to talk about their feelings and what they're going through. So I think that's a really good point. But just wanted to talk about that, just get that out the way a little bit. I know that's going to be on the headlines for the next few days. Hope he gets it together, because I hate to see a young man go down for stupid decisions and mistakes. So just hoping that he turns that light switch on in his brain and makes a change. In other news, as the world has already known, we've had a battle that has seemed to commence, right? It seemed to come to a close, right? And the internet is still in a frenzy, trying to figure out and trying to dissect and trying to, go back and forth with who won the battle and what was said and stuff like that. But that's not the question I'm here to ask you fellas today. Yesterday on Gentlemen's Talk, you can catch that show 7:45 Wednesdays. There was a question that was asked on who is on your Mount Rushmore of rappers, right? Now, I wanted to ask the same question, but I wanted to flip it a little bit, right? I don't want to do a Mount Rushmore, right? I want to do a top 5, a sheer top 5. First, we're going to do currently, then we're going to do all time, right? A sheer top 5 of your current rappers, artists, and or MCs. Because me personally, I don't know about everybody else, but me personally, I classify these as different things, right? We're going to get you our top 5, and we're going to commence, talk about this battle a little bit, break down some lyrics, and then we're going to move on to the meat and potatoes of this whole show. All right, so starting with the resident DJ of the show and of the group, DJ Micah B. Current rappers, artists, and or MCs. We will do, or we do, excuse me, we will do R&B at a later date. But right now,
we definitely will.
Hip-hop. Top 5 currently rappers, artists, and or MCs. Go ahead.
It's tough. It's tough to cut. It's somebody, bro. It's so much rap. Like I turn on the radio every day and I hear a different person. I'm like, who the hell is this person? So I don't want nobody to take offense to my current top 5 list because a lot of it goes into, do you have hits to back it up? Are you know, like it's more than just you're a lyricist, because there's a lot of lyricists, but I wouldn't classify him as a top 5 rapper. If we talk about lyricists, I classify him as a lyricist. So rapper, top 5
and there's
rapper.
a reason why I said that. There's a reason why I specified artists, rappers, and or MCs, right? Because we could have just did lyricists and our list would be completely different. So
right.
Continue.
So I think everybody knows this. My number 1 is obviously the guy that bowed out of the battle, and rightfully so, because he really didn't have no real beef with Kendrick in the first damn place, which is J. Cole. J. Cole had no beef. There was no beef. And I think he backed out because you see how deep it's gotten with Kendrick and Drake. They taking personal shots. J. Cole wasn't gonna take no personal shot, bro. You know, he wasn't gonna really take no personals like that. So I go J. Cole. And fuck whatever Kendrick said, there ain't no big 3s, just big me. Nope. All 3 of them niggas are 1, 2, and 3. On any given week, they can flip. So I'm gonna just get it out the way. J. Cole, Kendrick, and Drake, they're interchangeable. I would put J. Cole number 1 because J. Cole speak to my soul. But I'm also not stupid to know Drake has a better resume as far as hit records and things like that. So, and they can switch. Number 4, I'm gonna go with. Ooh, this is tough now. Shit just got real. Got real.
Well, dicey.
Number 4, I'm going to go with. I'm gonna say, I'm a Southern guy. How about I just go? I'm gonna go with Lil Baby. Lil Baby got hits on hits very, very quick. He racked them up. I know a lot of people say NBA YoungBoy, but the quality is better than quantity, bro. It just is. Quality over quantity. I'm gonna go Lil Baby. And number 5, I would take. I guess I'd be a fool not to take this person, even though I'm not a personal big fan of his, but the hits and everything is undeniable. I'm gonna throw Future on there because I'm not biased, even though I don't like a lot of his music. But again, another one who just racked up hits on hits on hits. So there we go. That'll be it. Big 3, Lil Baby, and Future.
Definitely. We'll come back to you to get that all time. But Willie, go ahead and give us your current top 5 rappers, artists, and or MCs.
I'll take the first 3. DJ Michael B. I'll take the first 3. You be a damn fool not to. Lil Baby, man. I get stuck because Lil Baby or Kendrick. I'm gonna take a different route. I'm gonna go with Kendrick, and then I'll go ahead and wrap it up because I'm old school. I'll wrap it up with Jay-Z.
I can understand that. I'm not gonna lie to you. I can understand that, especially with the most recent works of Jay-Z, that are definitely still in rotation. Right? You got to get that man a lot of respect. As for me personally, Kendrick, J. Cole, Wayne will always be in my top 5 currently and all time. Larry June, it's a Bay Area artist. If you don't know, Smoothies 91. And then my last one might be a little controversial, but Travis Scott. I've always been a Travis fan. I remember going to a free Travis Scott concert back in the day. So Yeah, no, that's definitely. I know a lot of people that know me expect or was expecting to hear Future, but I hold Future in a different category when it comes to music. Um, that is my toxic uncle, Future. I am
Toxic.
I am a toxic nephew, twice removed. So he's in a whole different category when it comes
Future's just an artist. She for the streets.
you know what I mean? She belongs to the streets. You know what I'm saying? Sensational. You know that is my toxic uncle. I'm gonna make sure I have to call uncle when we get off the show. Give him a little shout out to my boy Future. But like I said, that is my top five. Kung Fu Kenny, J Cole, Wayne. Like I said, Wayne will always be in my top five. Uh, Larry June and Travis Scott. Uh,
Larry June is a good one. That's a sneaky one.
Sneaky one, right? A lot of people don't know about June, but they will. It's okay. DJ, coming back to you. Give us your all time.
Oh, top five, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. I'm not gonna make this long. I'm gonna just call out the people I think is in the top five. Wayne, Biggie, Pac, LL Cool J. I didn't think number five was gonna be this hard. But those those four for sure are in. For number five, I mean, I could throw Jay-Z or Eminem in the. Y'all gonna stop? People gonna stop? Yeah, I'm gonna throw Jay-Z in there because people gonna stop acting like Jay-Z didn't have a whole era where he was just churning out hits. The people forget Black Album came out, and 2 weeks later he went on tour, and everybody knew the words. Y'all gonna stop doing this for Jay-Z?
Black Album, Blueprint,
Blueprint 2,
Blueprint 2, like, and it's crazy because I've never really considered myself a huge Jay-Z fan. I listen to music. I love music. I'm not gonna sit up here and tell somebody that something is horrible or is trash and not listen to it, right? But when it comes to Jay-Z, he was a different. I was on the Nas side of New York, if that makes sense.
right?
But go ahead, Willie.
It does. It does.
It makes sense, right? Yeah, especially if you're not from New York, but you know
Yeah.
you listen to New York, you get it. If you know, you know.
I fucks with Nas too. I love Nas.
But Willie, go ahead and give us your top five all time.
Biggie, Tupac, Snoop, Jay-Z, Eminem.
I ain't mad at the Snoop pick at all.
Snoop is a good one. Snoop is a sneaky good one. That's a really good one. A lot of people.
Let me ask y'all a question real quick, because I told somebody this the other day, and they was like, "There's no way." Is Snoop the most famous rapper of all time? Like, white grandmothers know who Snoop Dogg is, bruh.
We fuck around in my.
I don't know about the most popular, but he's done the most with the most marketing that I've ever seen a rapper do. Because he's doing his shit with Martha Stewart, doing WWE. He's making himself more of a broad appeal than I've ever seen anyone do. Jay-Z tried it, but Snoop looks like he's the only one who's really succeeding. So you got to give him that.
Might be.
That's why I said most famous. That's why I say is he the most.
You got to give it to him. The marketing is just sick.
Because when you think about it, and when you think about Snoop, right, a lot of people, right, they revere him and they know him, right, as Uncle Snoop, right?
Yep.
And even though he's heavily influenced in cannabis, right, he has the proverbial black crowd and the white crowd, right? All of the things that he's done with Martha Stewart, with the WWE, with the NFL, with the NBA, with baseball, right? Soccer, like this, the man is every fucking where, right?
I just want to remind people, right? Yes, in this place called America, sex sells, but authenticity sells even more. And I think that's why everybody fucks with Snoop. He doesn't change who he is.
Yeah, and he never has. And I think that's the ultimate reason why this battle went the way it went. We're going to get into that a little later. But
let's go, Moo. Give me your top.
Top five. My top five all time may be a little West Coast heavy, but that's okay. Of course, my number one is Wayne. Everybody who knows me knows that Wayne is my number one, period. You're never going to change my mind on that. Number two, E40. Goat, my uncle. Number three, Too Short. The other goat, my other uncle. And then number four,
homage to some greats.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Number four, the light skinned king himself. I'm talking about the supreme light skinned king. Okay, this is the nigga who started all the light skinnedness. Okay, like you wasn't light skinned until you came to see King Light Skin himself. Okay, and LL Cool J. Because
Yeah,
Mama
yeah,
said, Mama
yeah,
said
yeah,
knock
yeah,
you out, so I'm gonna knock you out, and I
yeah,
live
yeah,
by
yeah.
that. You feel me? And
Facts.
then number 5 is gonna be, like I said, I was a Queens dude, right? Not from Queens, but I listened to the rappers from Queens. Staten Island is too. Shout out to my boy Method Man and Redman, Wu-Tang Clan. But number 5's got to be Nas. I was a huge Nas fan, huge Nas fan. So, um, just to kind of get guys a little perspective on where their music prowess is and where the mentality of music is, right? And that's the reason why I asked that, because a lot of people will listen to Drake and they'll listen to Kendrick and they'll think that Kendrick is saying this crazy, profound stuff, and it's just double entendres. And I get that a lot of people don't take English classes seriously no more, but double entendres and triple entendres, like, they're a thing, guys. We get it. You guys don't focus on reading anymore. Nobody reads anymore because everybody's on their tablets and their phones and stuff like that. But I actually have a whole collection of books where I like to read, right, and learn new words, right, expand my vocabulary and whatnot, like Ti started doing after he got out of prison that one time, using words like expeditiously and stuff like that. So just to kind of talk about this battle a little bit. DJ, how'd you feel this battle went overall?
I think it did a lot for hip hop. I think it revived a lot in here. Like what I guess for the older heads, because a lot of the younger kids don't see it like this, because Joe Budden once said that we receive music differently when he was talking to academics. He told academics we receive music differently. You're looking for a vibe, you're looking for a feel. I'm looking for a story. I'm looking for lyrics. You know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of the older heads are all going to say that Kendrick won, right?
He didn't,
And
but okay.
see, here we go. And then a lot of the younger people is going to say Drake won, because of I mean Drake had. I mean, look, Drake had some legitimate. I don't care what nobody say. Push Ups is definitely a legitimate banger of a diss track. I don't care. Like Drake did exactly what he does on diss tracks for the most part. I mean, when he went against Meek Mill, Charged Up was garbage, but then when he dropped Back to Back, everybody was like, "Oh, back to back, because it was a hit song." You know what I'm saying? And then he originally in this beat, Drake stuck to what he does. He made a song like that, and that's when I felt like Drake was up. I felt like Drake started to play in the Kendrick hands when Kendrick started taking shots, and then Drake started doing more of what Kendrick was doing in the slowing down type beats and just spitting. So but overall, I think it was good, man. I liked it. I think it's down to a finish, and just to be like, I could do what Drake does too. Kendrick probably threw out a summer anthem per se for the city or for the state of California.
Most definitely,
But
shout out to him.
I think overall, if I had to give them grades, I don't think nobody got an A+ as a grade. I think Drake hovers around a B+ B-, while Kendrick hovers around maybe a A-B. So I mean, if we vote on, I'm gonna lean more towards Kendrick. But I mean, it's not to say that like how people are like, man, Kendrick killed Drake. No, he didn't. No, he did. He did not kill Drake, because Drake had some very good comebacks of what Kendrick did too. So overall, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And I think in an era when everybody is freaking buddy, we needed that shit, because apparently
Absolutely.
everybody all of a sudden had beef with it. Everybody. Metro had beef, and y'all know the Metro challenge. And I explained on Gentleman's Talk last night. We've always done this in the Caribbean, where everybody was like, "Damn, Metro dropped the beat and said, man, whoever got the best song on there, they can get the rights to the beat. This is not, like, bro." And he could drop an album with all they songs. That's what we do in the Caribbean all the time. Don't sit here and act like y'all invented the shit. All the producers in the Caribbean say, "Hey, this is the name of the beat. If you want a track on here, record it, and I pick the 8 best, and that's what I'm gonna release, and you're gonna get a piece of the pie." Boom, 8 best tracks on that rhythm. That's what they call it, on the rhythm, is what you get now. So Metro ain't do nothing inventive. It's just new to rap. And if you know Wayne, trust me, he did nothing new.
Facts. This is factual. Willie, how we feeling?
I think it was good for it was good for hip hop overall. I really do agree with DJ. I don't think anybody won per se, but it was good for hip hop. If I were to give a win to anybody or who did better per se, I would say it was Kendrick. A little bit over Drake, but yeah, it was good for hip hop, and I was sort of kind of happy to see it, because it was like a rejuvenation within the genre. So definitely, it was good to see. I do hate to see brothers like that at odds. That part I didn't like.
Yeah, the personal.
And that's a personal thing with me. But at the same point, I get it. It had to be done. It was good for hip hop. Let's go. The grades to me, Kendrick is an A, Drake is a B. I thought Drake was sort of kind of there, but then he went to Kendrick. He tried to go to Kendrick's bag, and that's when he messed up. So I gotta go with Kendrick. But it was good for hip hop overall. Happy to see it. Now I need all these brothers to stop fighting. We done seen it with comedians, and now we getting it with rappers. We need to stop this shit. It ain't gonna stop. I ain't gonna get my wish.
Can we all just agree? Shit ain't been the same since Cat Williams sat down on that chair, bro.
Nope. It ain't been.
It hasn't. Shit been turned.
It really hasn't. Nope.
Shit been turned the fuck up.
That's why Shannon Sharp got 68 million views on that bad boy.
Man, and Shannon been going crazy, dog. Man, I'm trying to tell you, we're gonna talk about a little bit of what his most recent show with Gary Owens tomorrow on the show with Mel 3:00 or 3:15 Western time inside
best damn football show in the world.
You heard what DJ Michael B said. But yeah, man, it's Shannon Sharp. It's I see why a lot of people hate on him, and I've been telling people if you don't got haters, you ain't doing something right. And my boy over there doing all the things right. My quick thoughts before we get into this the main subject here is like my two brothers said, I thought it was dope for hip hop. First of all, I thought it was great for hip hop. Okay, I love the competition. You feel me? I want people to go at each other. I want people to be calling out each other and trying to put out the best records, trying to put out the best of the best that they can, because that's when we get the best music, right? Like,
yep.
Nelly dropped an interview a few weeks ago, and I know people are probably heard it, but when he's talking about him competing with the Nas's and the Waynes and the Ludacris's, and like
he was on point with it though. He's absolutely right.
Absolutely correct, right? Because like all of these guys, they're not trying to like proverbially like truly like in each other's career, but at the same time, it's like they want to put out their best music because they know that the other guys put out their best music, and if they put out their best music at the same time that I put out my best music, but nobody's really rocking with my shit, then that's a virtual career ender, right?
Exactly.
So we got all of this great ass fucking music coming from all of these places of the world and places of the earth and places of the US, right? And then it changed to where all of this music started to sound the same, started to sound redundant. Everybody started to sound the same, everybody started to sound redundant. Everybody wants to be on the track together. Oh, let's make an album together. Let's do this. It's like everybody on the same shit, right? So like, and for me personally, like I'm not a turn up music type of dude. I really don't. I listen to it, right? But on my everyday music type shit, playlist type shit, like I'm not listening to that shit all fucking day, bro. I need some shit with substance. I need some shit like Joe Budden said. I need some shit with a story. I'm trying to hear the pain. I'm trying to hear where you came from. Like that's why I listen to music, right? To relate to it on a deeper level. I don't just listen.
You must be a Rod Wave fan.
Oh, I love Rod Wave. Absolutely love Rod Wave. Absolutely love Rod Wave. I do not even care. What?
You need your music to have some merit, some meaning, not just lyrics.
Some substance.
Not just niggas on the track saying a whole bunch of random ass shit. Okay, we have Lil B. Okay, shout out to the bass guy. Okay, I get that. I grew up with that. Okay, I don't think that no more. Motherfuckers just saying random ass shit on the track. Okay, y'all gotta have some substance to it. I want to know, you feel me, what happened back in your life. I want to know, did your mama slap you too hard back in the day? You feel me? Somebody steal your Skittles or something. I don't care what it is. You feel me? Like, Tell me something. You feel me? Don't just be getting on the track all the. And I'm not saying don't make turn up music. What I am saying is that's not all I want to fucking hear. You feel me? From specific artists. You know what I'm saying? Like, switch it up, my nigga. Like, if I can hear some real shit, you feel me? Show me the pain, you feel me? Where you came, I bet. You feel me? Like, but don't just be getting on here talking about shaking ass and all kind of shit like that and making money and doing drugs and shit, bro. I ain't got time for all that shit, bro. I can't listen to that. You feel me? But like I said, overall, I thought it was dope for hip hop. I think that this is the turning point for hip hop. I think we're gonna start to come back to see a lot of people start to claim and own their own sounds again. Which I think kind of the reason why this happened, but story for another day. But
yeah,
I think it's about that time for hip hop to kind of really take back its wave and stop instantly transitioning into pop. And well, you can take this hip hop song and you can instantly make it this EDM track or a pop song, and it's like, nah, you can't do that with every hip hop song, bro. And it's starting to show that, and it's starting to go back to that. To where, like, if it's a pop song, then it's gonna stay at a pop song. If it's a hip hop song, it's gonna stay as a hip hop song, and we're not gonna touch that because
you know what? As a DJ myself, you know, I had CDJs with the USB thumb drives. Also, I can also play on turntables. I can also do that. One of the things I absolutely hated about my era of DJs. When all the music started sounding the same, everybody could all of a sudden DJ.
Everybody's a DJ now.
It's so easy to blend. They all got the same styles. They all got the same type of beats. It's like, oh yeah, this beat and this beat, this beat and this beat. They sound the exact same. The same drums, the same hi-hats, because everything became nothing but rap trap music. I don't care about what they say in Chicago about Chicago drill. Chicago drill is just Chicago trap music. Same thing in Memphis. It's just Memphis trap music. It's just not Atlanta's trap music. All them shit sound alike. They all started sounding alike for a whole damn decade once Migos and Future came in and started making that sound popular. I don't know who was the first to do it, but it kind of reminds me of the 90s whenever Twista and Bone Thugs was going at it trying to say who invented the fast rap.
Fast rap, yeah.
So but it didn't. The fast rap didn't catch on like this here. This shit here is wildfire because nobody wants to be original. Everybody's exactly. This type of music made it, so I'm gonna do it like this.
And it's easy, right? It's easy to mimic, right? Yes, sir. That boy GQ.
What's up with you,
dog? What's up, man?
But it's easy to copy, right? Like the tempo, the tone, right? A lot of that. And that's the reason why a lot of this music really starts to sound the same, right? Is because all of the stuff literally is copied from a few or one person, right? The tempo sounds the same, the lyrics sound the same, the tone sounds the same, everything sounds the same, from the tempo of the beat to the tempo of the flow and the rap to everything, right? And everybody caught on to that wave and rode that wave and still trying to ride that wave, and it's like, bro, that wave done died out a long time ago.
That wave is the reason why Quavo got beat down in the Chris Brown battle.
You niggas is on the beach.
That shit is old and tired, bro. We're done with
it. It's dead surfs today. I don't know. My Hawaii folks, they know dead surfs today, bro. Dead surfs. No waves. Okay, like gotta find another one. You know what I'm saying? Or create your own wave and stay on that wave. But the fact that music is starting to sound so much alike that's the reason why I felt like we needed this, because it's starting to make people be like, yeah, no, I can have my own sound and be in my own lane. And if you want to come work with me, that's cool, but don't be trying to run with my sound, because nigga, that's my sound. You can't do that.
Right.
You feel me? So yeah, I think it was dope for music though. I think it was dope for music, and I think we're in for a crazy, crazy summer as far as music in 2024. So everybody, I hope you're ready for that. But let's go ahead and get into the reason why we're here, fellas. All right. All right, look.
Hey, real quick before you but before we get to the main topic, a couple of things. Nikola Jokic wins his third MVP.
Highway robbery. Highway robbery.
Your boy from OKC got robbed. He got robbed.
Highway robbery, bro.
He got robbed.
Shit, sure.
Immensely.
Straight up robbed.
And I'm still throwing my boy name in the hat. Give me the kid from New York, bro. That boy Jalen Brunson is going crazy.
Bro, the crazy part is I don't even think Nikola should have been first, second, or third.
I really don't.
Because I think Luka, I think Luka could have been in front of Nikola too with Jalen Brunson. Because I said when we picked it, I was like, I think Shai should win, but I also think Jalen Brunson is completely worthy because he lost so much players during the year, and that they never
kept that team going.
And they won the first round without Julius Randle. Like
they will damn near win the second.
But Alexander, but Alexander, he got robbed. OKC wouldn't be anywhere in the playoff picture if it wasn't for him.
Nowhere near
the playoff picture. He got robbed.
And good game by Wiggins last night. Wiggins was balling for them last night.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Man, but and it's just to talk about that game last night with the Knicks, man. Like, there's some I don't know. There's a reason why these guys were so excited to play together again.
The Villanova boys, man.
The Villanova boys are going to do it. If they go to the finals, bro, I'm trying to tell you bro. This team is scary. All the injuries that they've had add up. Julius Randle, OG Anunoby just went down. Jalen Brunson has an injury, right? Freaking they just lost the kid Mitchell, right? Like it's bro. And somehow, some fucking way, this team wheels its way to a damn victory. And they win by large margin. Dude, they'll be losing by 10, 15, 20 points.
Let me tell y'all, this is exactly what a Tom Thibodeau team does, dog.
But I do want to say, in my opinion, and I'm not a know-it-all. I still think Indiana has the better team, but I think the Knicks are playing more inspired. I think the Knicks are playing out there with purpose. I think the Knicks out there playing with purpose, with a chip on their shoulder to show everybody that they can do it. So while I still think the Pacers are a better team overall, Knicks are more inspired. You can see it in the energy that you can see that when they're on the court, getting the loose balls, being the better rebounding team. For the most part, they're really doing it through energy and inspiration. So I think the Pacers are a better team, but the Knicks are playing more inspired, and a lot of times being inspired will get to those big wins that we're looking at from them.
Well, yeah, I mean that's pretty obvious for the most part because Miles Turner's been an all-star.
Yep.
Halliburton's been an all-star.
Yep.
Oh my God, the guy from Toronto, I can't think of his name right now.
Pascal.
Pascal.
Pascal Siakam.
We all know Pascal he's been an all-star. He carried Toronto to the playoffs after Kawhi was going. Like the Pacers on paper do have the better team, but the Knicks have the one thing that the Pacers don't. That chemistry and that a lot of people confuse chemistry and synergy. For the people out there that don't know, chemistry just means you play good together. Y'all make it work. Y'all are a cohesive team. Synergy is completely different. That's when you have players whose chemistry is so good together, it elevates the productivity of that team because you're just so good together. You're on one accord. It's crazy to watch the Knicks play. They're the slowest paced team in the league, and Indiana is the highest paced team in the league.
Yep.
And the Knicks aren't even they're not even meeting in the middle. Y'all want to play fast? You can play fast. They did that the last game. Y'all want to play? We can do it. Let's do it. Let's run it.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I want to ask you guys too about the other series. Cleveland, the Cavs get a win in Boston. I've been telling people I don't trust Boston. Are they the best team left in the East? Yeah, on paper, but I don't really trust them. And they get a loss tonight. Are we trusting them to at least get to the finals?
I'm trusting them to get out this round.
I think we're expecting them to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I trust them to do that. I think where everybody's expecting them to do that.
Yeah.
How their team looks, right? And even without Porzingis, their team is still strong enough to get to the finals as expected, right? But I think when you ultimately look at it and you look at the holes that team has, especially without Porzingis there, and I know that God damn. I know that Jared Allen is not healthy right now either. He's in game time decisions and whatnot, so that kind of levels that playing field. But at the same time, you don't have somebody to bolster that the middle of that defense because remember Rob Williams isn't there no more, and you can't rely on Al Horford.
Grant ain't there either.
Yeah, exactly. Say Grant isn't there either. So I think it's different because they still have a young, great defensive player in Evan Mobley. So definitely step in and play some really big minutes, which he has been in that center role. So I think I don't know, man. I don't know the way D Mitch is playing, the way he's elevated his team. The way Evan Mobley's been playing, JB Brickershire, his adjustments, especially coming out of halftime, have been absolutely crazy. So I don't know. It's not hard to imagine that he might get got. I'm not saying that.
I said it on another show the other day. I expected Mitchell to get you one, but I didn't expect it to be in Boston.
Facts.
I didn't expect it to be in Boston. I thought I would be Cleveland going home. He getting game 3. But now it's tied up, so we can see where this goes. Coaches that Cleveland's making the adjustments that they need to make. And can you imagine if Cleveland manages to get this to a game 7?
I think you know what I'm gonna roll and move on this one a little bit, and he has the same sentiments you do, so it's not that crazy. But just what he just said. I love Al Horford. Absolutely love Al Horford. That's one of my favorite players ever since he was in college in Florida. Went back to back. Him and Joakim and Corey Brewer.
Shout out to Corey Brewer.
Yeah, man. Corey Brewer was the tournament MVP the first time they won. Al Horford was the tournament MVP the second time. But Al Horford is old. I know Al Horford is old because Al Horford won the championship in college when I was in high school.
I'm trying to tell.
And he's older than Drew Holiday. I'm just saying, Drew Holiday got drafted. Me and Drew Holiday went to college the same year.
Yeah,
like we shared freshman years, and I'm old, and Drew Holiday's old, and Al Horford won. I think it was 06, 05, and 06 back to back.
Yeah.
And he stayed in college 3 years. So Al Horford is old. With that being said, Cleveland has a chance to run these dudes up out the building because Al Horford he's not the defensive guy he was 3 years ago with Boston when he came back to Boston.
No,
he went away and then came back. He's not even the Al Horford that came back. We know he ain't the Al Horford that was there before he left. But he's not even the Al Horford he came back. Donovan Mitchell and what's the point guard's name? Darius Garland hasn't been playing that well in the playoffs, but Donovan Mitchell has been on fire. If Darius Garland ever decides to wake up out of his sleep and remembers how to play basketball and remembers the player he is, this series can get really, really tight, really quick.
Could be really interesting.
Yeah.
Darius Garland one more game away from being CJ McCollum 2.0.
Yeah. And if Jared Allen, if Jared Allen could come back and Kristaps doesn't come back, this series can open up very, very wide. A lot of people undervalue Kristaps' defensive prowess, I guess you could say, because he's not the best one-on-one defender, but he blocks. He does help defense blocks, and he's very good at sliding over and coming out and guarding the guard for a period of time.
It's true.
That's very underrated.
Mitchell needs even more than the Mavericks. Mitchell needs people to come with him. He got LeVert to come with him this game. He got Garland to some extent come with him in this game. He needs people to come with him. He needs that support. Dallas is a different story because past Luka and Kyrie, if you ain't got PJ Washington helping you out, they almost freaking cooked. But with Cleveland,
I like their center though. I like their center.
I like him too. Powell, I like him too. But if they can get consistent from Mobley, Donovan Mitchell plays his same self. Jared Allen comes back. This could be very interesting.
Definitely, I think it will be. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think it ultimately won't. I think it's ultimately going to be a dogfight for this one. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think a lot of people are expecting the Cavs to kind of just lay down and accept what's going to happen. But I don't think that's what's going to happen. I think they're the Celtics are in for a dogfight.
Here's what I do know. I think Boston got the matchup they wanted because I don't think they wanted to see Orlando without Kristaps and Paolo would go crazy.
I'm gonna say this
crazy.
too. If you go back and look at the plus minus for Boston tonight, trash, straight trash, straight trash. That's why you lost. Straight trash.
Very good. It's a very solid point. I'm not gonna lie to you. That plus minus was really not good. All right. Speaking of basketball players and the NBA, let's go ahead and get into what why we're all here today. Austin Rivers has awoken again the once great debate.
You talking about? Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on, 1 second. We talking about Austin Rivers?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Austin Rivers. Hold on. This ain't talking about practice. We talking about practice? You talking about really?
Practice.
What is it? What did this fool do?
The offspring of the guy who's blown the most 3-1 leads.
Oh yeah, for sure. And finna get fired. And the GM need to go with him.
Say that again. Austin Rivers has been in the news really all week and has been getting respectively roasted by a lot of players. And he hasn't been backing down, mind you. He's been standing 10 toes on his stance. But on the Pat McAfee show, he said that and brought up once again, because if everybody remembers, Paul George brought up this point a few years back on his podcast, or just last year on his podcast, that NBA players would be able to play in the NFL, but NFL players would have no chance in playing in the NBA. Now, he has been getting cooked respectfully by a lot of NFL players. JJ Watt has came for him directly, basically saying, you don't even have a job in your current league, so I know you can't. So and a lot of
he deserved that too. Idiot.
A lot of NFL players have taken that route, but as I said, Austin Rivers he's 10 toes on his stance. Okay,
as he should be.
He came back at James Jones, former Packers and Raiders receiver, saying that I played 11 years in the NBA compared to your 8 or 9, right? So it seems like
bad comparison.
I had
bad comparison,
really bad comparison, but he thought he was cooking. It's okay. I'll give it to him. He's light skinned. It seems like
that can't save him. That can't save him. Light skin can't save his ass from a bad tape. That's a bad tape.
My light skinned brother said they don't claim light skin over there.
Hell no, we ain't claiming that fool. Hell no.
They said they don't claim Glenn Rivers' son.
We barely claimed that.
This is just not I'm not even gonna lie to you. This is just not the week for particular light skins. I'm not even gonna catch. Like this whole past 2 weeks, and it really been y'all week for light skins. I'm not gonna go into too much detail about these certain light skins. But these light skins, their moms do like to make casseroles and eat coleslaw on Sundays and shit like that. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm gonna say.
Austin really look like the dude who eat the potato salad with the raisins. That's what he looked like. That's exactly what he looked like.
That's all I'm saying.
All day.
The light skins that lived over the railroad tracks, okay? Not on the side where the gate was hanging, but on the side where the gate was hanging, okay? And they was eating, you feel me, hams and turkeys and shit. Y'all know the dry turkey that I'm talking about with the stuffing and shit.
Yep.
You feel me? We talking about them light skinned folks, okay? The light skinned folks that know how to do taxes by the age of 10, but at the same time, they can hoop and play football. Like those light skinned dudes. You feel me? But yeah, he has been very stout on his stance, saying that he can take 30 NBA players and put them in the league, and they would thrive, they would succeed. But you can't put 10 or 20 NFL players in the NBA, and they would basically saying that they wouldn't. They wouldn't be able to hold their own. So starting with Willie, what are your early thoughts about this?
He need to sit down and shut up. You're not even in the league right now, bro. Your dad didn't want you for the Bucks. Your dad did not go get you for. He got Patrick Beverly instead. What does that tell you? Look, that's the most asinine statement I have ever heard. We've seen two sports stars already, and even if they don't make it necessarily to the NBA, come on now. We've seen Terrell Owens play. We've seen Michael Parsons play. We've seen these guys go out there and play basketball. Michael played bully ball, but still, he was out there scoring. It doesn't matter how you do it. So he needs to shut up. And how can you say anything when you yourself, you're not signed to a team to contribute anywhere? So how can you say anything at all? So he just needs to sit down and shut up.
DJ Michael B, how we feeling?
Good job, Willie. Good job. You did a very light roast of this little light skinned dude over here.
Thank
but
you, sir.
I'm about to pull this little light skinned dude. We don't want to hear you from Ken said we don't want to hear you say nigga. We don't want to hear you give football takes no more because this is ridiculous. And I am definitely going to say it just like this. I hope he ain't talking about this era of basketball players because there's no way. There's no way. These dudes ain't even taking hits to the knee and they blown out the ACLs.
Oh my God.
Every year they're blown out the ACLs. I don't even want to hear, bro. If you want to say, okay, basketball players have produced some tight ends and receivers, that's fine. But outside of those two positions, this is not a question. You're not going to take an NBA center like Nikola Jokic, Rudy Gobert, Karl Anthony Towns, Anthony Davis. They can't line up and go play linebacker. They can't line up and go play lineman. Now, maybe if you go back to the 60s, 70s, and 80s.
Oh, you got to go bad.
Yeah,
they could do it then probably.
What they said when the plumbers existed,
Yep.
You could put Charles Oakley on the defensive line or offensive line. He could hold his own.
Yeah.
Except I think in the NFL they didn't have plumbers; they had construction workers. I think. That's
okay. Well, that's fine.
That's cool.
That's fine.
Workers, the plumbers, because I think the NBA they was working
NBA
indoors.
might have had the plumbers
like that.
And
they had construction workers. That's just what I.
Importantly, now most of the basketball players that make the NBA, all they did was play basketball.
Mm-hmm.
This is not the era of you crossing over and playing a different sport during off season. You play basketball for your school during the season. You go to AAU for the summer. You come back. You find a basketball team that's playing, whether it's playing with grown men or whatever, and then you line it right back up again for basketball season in high school. The era of crossing for most players are done. Of course, we got some like. If I was to name, like I said this, I told you, I don't remember if we talked about this on Gentleman's Talk, but maybe I was just talking to Moo about it. But literally, how many basketball players that you know can go to football right now and you would think would succeed? Because they have to have a mentality to not mind getting hit either. Y'all already flopping around in the damn NBA because you don't like being touched. There's very few people. I mean, I would say maybe somebody with the attitude I would definitely lean with Ant. I definitely lean with Ant. I think could make the transition if he played football before. You know what I'm saying?
So how far are we taking this? Are we saying Steph Curry can play running back?
Oh my God.
Are we saying that? Hell no.
That's wild because Steph is
this is what I know, bro. Randy Moss. I'll just start there. Football primarily, even in high school.
You play basketball too?
Mr. Football and Mr. Basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Because in football, he gained his crazy ass athleticism and his durability. That's what happens in football. Allen Iverson.
Yep.
He was Mr. Football and Mr. Basketball. Primary sport. Allen Iverson literally said out of his own mouth, I moved and went with basketball because it was safer. Shaq was recruited as one of the top defensive ends in the nation from high school. He's like, nope, I'm going to basketball because they're softer and I can dominate on the inside. This is a ridiculous statement. This is ridiculous. There's evidence everywhere to support that he is just flat out wrong.
And to a lesser extent, Charlie Ward to a lesser extent, but Charlie
Heisman.
Ward.
And then
Charlie
Charlie
Ward.
Ward
Yep.
I forgot all about Charlie.
played for the
Good old
Knicks.
Charlie.
And then let's go the other direction. The only reason why Ray Lewis didn't play basketball is because he thought basketball was too soft. Didn't mean, but he was doing it. So come on, man.
Donovan McNabb
Yep,
is a
yep.
primarily football player, walked onto the basketball court in college and got picked to play. So he played basketball and football. Stop this nonsense, man.
It's nonsense, man. It's nonsense.
There's too much evidence here. It's too much evidence.
Sometimes people do shit to try to stay relevant. And I think this is what Austin did.
He don't got to try to stay relevant. His dad just took over a team and had a losing record again. The whole Rivers family is relevant for that shit.
See, and this is the reason why I asked the question, right? Because it's interesting how this conversation always comes up. And I don't understand why. One thing I do find interesting about this is it's always basketball players that are bringing up this conversation, right? Like, it's always basketball players. Well, yeah, we could play in the NFL. We play in the NFL, but I don't think NBA or NFL guys can play in the NBA. And it's like, what makes you think that all 6'10", 6'8", 6'9" of y'all with all of this big target and shit is going to run across the middle or take a block? Like DJ Michael B said, you have to have a different kind of mentality to play football, right? Like the title says, football has created more basketball players than basketball has created more basketball players. And that's a fact, right? Because an NBA legend that a lot of people know, right? It's on TNT, right? Charles Barkley. He literally said, walked on to football practice, went through one drill, took off his motherfucking pads, handed them to the coach, and said, "It's too stressful for me. It's too stressful for me. I gotta go. I can't do this. Do you know the percentage of kids, teenagers that started off in football that went through Oklahoma drills one time and took off that helmet and walked off that field and never came back?"
You went to other sports, basketball or baseball.
Basketball, baseball. Niggas was playing soccer. Okay.
Particularly baseball.
It was indoors.
Particularly baseball.
Yeah, more particularly baseball, right? My school was creating basketball players left and right.
Like I have the craziest take. I think football has created more athletes in other sports than any other sport has created.
Hey, that ain't too far from the truth.
Because a lot of parents, their first sport to put their child in or try to put their child in is football, right? Oh, yeah, to play football. I want you to play football. I want you to play football, right? Not everybody cut out. Not everybody is a maniac that run into a motherfucker fucking for 60, 45, 50 minutes every single fucking weekend. All right. Like, it takes a different kind of person. I'm 31. I broke my foot early this season. I'm still trying to go back and do it next year. So it takes a different type of maniac.
Yeah, you crazy.
Yeah.
I think more moms and dads are also looking at the CTE factor and don't want their kids to end up like that. Like me and my son's mom. We didn't want him to go through the CTE factor at all. So he's playing baseball and soccer. And there's nothing wrong with that because that's a risk that your child can face down the line. Yeah, but Austin Rivers, man, sit your ass down, please.
And I think it's interesting, right? When he says that he has 30 guys that
he ain't able.
Yeah, and that's in the NFL. That's the thing. You can't even name 30 guys that you feel, because when to play in the NBA, you got to be over 6 foot, right? A lot of guys that are over 6 foot, you're playing receiver, you're playing lineman, right? We seen a 6'8" quarterback in the NFL named Brock Osweiler, and that didn't work out.
Yep, and he was trash, straight trash,
big trash.
That didn't work at all. That's basically almost not the average height of the NBA, between 6'5" to 6'8", right? So you mean to tell me that a whole bunch of 6'5", 6'8" motherfuckers is going to go out there to play quarterback?
Nope.
Because y'all ain't playing nothing else,
bruh. This shit really pisses me off because let's just say, for argument's sake, LeBron was real good at football in high school, his freshman and sophomore year, whenever he played, and then he focused on basketball after. You got a 6'9" guy goes out there as receiver, jumps in the air, catches the ball. Only thing we can do is take out your legs. You get hit with a helmet, your career is done.
Oh, I'm
You
gonna hit
finished.
Done.
You finished, cuz.
Because you're
square in
too
your stomach.
tall.
I'm going to
That's my concern about the undrafted free agent we signed out of Colorado State for my Saints. Undrafted free agent, 6'7" tight end, hands catcher, but he's 6'7". He a big dude, bruh. They're gonna go right after your knees.
And that's the thing about it, right? That's the thing about it. Most people think that a DB or a linebacker is gonna go after your knee. No. Once we see a big dude like that, we don't even look at it's all sternum, chest, stomach, all of that. Okay. I want to see you crumble. Okay. I want to see that 7 foot 6'7", 6'8" frame turn to about 3-4 feet. Okay. With a ball curled up in the middle of the end zone, in the middle of the field, because I just destroyed your whole mid section because you wanted to do this and thought you was all cute and fancy because I'm 6'7", I'm 6'8", I could jump up and catch the ball. Look at me. Yeah, that's fine. But them ribs are mine, bro.
Yep.
The ribs, the stomach, all of that. I'm eating all of that for lunch. Okay. Because I need half that with extra barbecue sauce, please.
Bro, I don't think. Okay, this I also told this to Moo Willie because you weren't there or whatever, but I also told this to Moo. I think the best crossover we can see, to prove that football has created more athletes, was when DK Metcalf went on the track and field, and ran, against pro athletes,
Mm-hmm.
That's the best comparison to show you how football has created just more athletes across sports. I mean, Deion played in the football game and the baseball game the same day.
Same day.
You know,
that was beast.
Same day. That's just crazy.
And it's not me hating on basketball players, because basketball players, your contracts are fully guaranteed. So by all measurements, go ahead and get your money. I ain't mad at you.
Most definitely.
But when you have somebody from your fraternity saying stupid shit, you know what? I do you one better. Ain't no football player with a goddamn got done like Nate Robinson did in that damn boxing ring. That's a fact. That is a fact, bro. Y'all take hits like that all the time. You take hits like that all the time. So this is an irrelevant conversation. I swear it was a fucking idiot.
The last two we remember was Le'Veon and Adrian Peterson. Nigga, Adrian Peterson got put on his face, actually, because I ain't gonna lie, Le'Veon hit that boy with the cold cross.
Well, Le'Veon been boxing since he's been out of football. So
this is true. This is
true. That's how they've been doing.
I don't know why the fuck Adrian Peterson took that damn man. I would not have taken that.
He needed that money.
Well,
yeah, that's true.
The rumor is he damn well near broke. That's the rumor.
I mean, hey, if somebody willing to pay me a certain amount of chicken to get knocked out on live TV, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take that. I ain't gonna lie.
10 mil, you can knock me out, cuz.
Good.
I'll heal.
Make it look
10 mil. For 10 mil, I'll put on the gloves and get in the ring with Tank. And as soon as the bells start, hey, I forfeit.
Hey, that reminds me. I remember I seen this shit. A boxer actually did that. Like, he really got in the ring, walked out, all shit like that, gloves tagged, everything. Soon as the bell rang, that walked out the ring straight up. Down the ramp.
And you got to pay him.
And just kept it pushing. I was like, I ain't gonna lie to you.
And you got to pay him.
Nigga, I ain't gonna lie to you. I really respect that.
And you got to pay him.
Fuck that, nigga. I ain't even gonna lie to you, bro. I'm out of this motherfucker, bro. Nope, nigga. The head injuries ain't worth it. The headache ain't worth it. My bitch gonna have to ice my head later. My temple, I'm gonna be swelling this. Nah, I'm good. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I don't even think I'm a boxer no more. I think I'm a golfer now. I think that's what he was thinking walking out the ring. But I think it's funny that this.
I got country club money.
Hey, you feel me? Come on now.
There you go. There you go.
I'm gonna buy a new set of clubs. Y'all better stop playing.
I'm trying to make the PGA tour. I'm trying to take over for Tiger.
Come on, make the Masters.
Take over for Tiger. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm gonna get an autograph from Tiger. Man, sign my golf ball. Pause. You sign the club too later.
He did not just do the comedy. Oh my god.
Oh man, but no, I think it's interesting. This conversation always starts with basketball players, and football players kind of jump in like, yeah, nah, we don't know what the fuck you talking about.
Hell, you got some pro wrestlers out there playing ball back in the day. Go back and look at some early footage of Dusty Rhodes. Dusty Rhodes was playing ball and whipping everybody's ass.
I was gonna say Goldberg, man, Hooper,
Yeah,
Stone Cold.
yep,
Stone Cold.
The Rock.
Yeah, a white boy
Yeah.
runs the football. Yeah, man, Stone Cold was, man, and that's the thing. Like, a lot of these guys act like because somebody focuses on one sport, then that's what you're mainly going to be good. That's what you're mainly going to be good at. Right now, basketball, I think, is a little different because height does play a factor. It does come into play at some point in time, right? I think to play the game of football, you do have to be more compact in some
Compact
ways.
and stout.
Low center of gravity.
compact and stout.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah.
in way more ways than one, right? So I think like baseball players, they translate well. Like wrestlers, of course, they translate well. Like football players, of course, like rugby players, of course, they translate well.
You get a few big dudes in there. Y'all remember that Nigerian Nightmare, Christian Okoye? That was a big dude, but he succeeded. Mm-hmm.
Huge.
Yep.
And I'm not saying like you can't put like a 6'7", 6'8" dude at receiver. Like, I'm not saying that. We've seen the Megatrons. T. Higgins is 6'4".
Yep.
Bro, like we see the guys that are over 6'8". The freaking Darrell Washington on the Steelers is 6'8".
Yep.
Jimmy Graham was 6'8".
Yep.
Freaking Antonio Gates was 6'6".
Julio Jones was what, 6'5", something?
Yeah, Julio Jones was 6'5".
Yeah.
Mind you, Austin Rivers, all of those guys hooped, by the way, that I just named. Every one of those guys
have
in high school and or in college.
Jackass.
Julius Peppers.
Jackass. Austin Rivers, you're a jackass, sir.
Vince Wilfork.
And if you want to come find me, I'm not hard to find. Jackass.
Garrett, Max Crosby. You know, just to name a few, right?
Love Max Crosby.
A lot of these guys can and will and would translate if they really wanted to. And a lot of the time, a lot of these basketball players don't tell you is that they loved football, right? Like, I loved football, right? Shit, Ant-Man tells you that every single time he gets in front of a camera. I really don't even like basketball. I don't even watch this shit. You feel me? I like football. I watch football. Shit, football's my love. Football's my main sport. But I figured I would have a longer, more productive career if I played
basketball. Right.
Hey,
right.
Fuck, I tell my mama every single day, why you ain't put me in baseball? Nigga, Shohei just got 700 M's, mom. Why we not baseball players right now, dog?
Bro, that deal was sick.
Crazy.
That deal was sick. Crazy.
He was just like, well, son, we didn't play baseball in the hood.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
I understood that because we didn't play baseball in the hood. We played basketball and we played football. Okay,
well,
like
you know why we didn't play baseball in the hood? You know why we didn't play baseball in the hood? Because they brainwashed us to believe that baseball was only a white
man's sport.
Yep. And there was no dick sports back in the day. So getting your balls, the bats, everything that you needed, equipment wise to play was going to be tough too.
Mm-hmm. This is true. So it's like for young black boys, the only options that we had, it seemed like to us, right, was basketball and football, right? Some. Don't
forget about rapping. Don't forget about rapping.
Rapping is a different kind of sport, right? But if you tie in rapping and gangbanging, then it's just we talking about a whole different kind of lifestyle.
But yeah, it was a lot easier. It was a lot easier back then to go get a football from Walgreens. Walgreens,
yeah, Walgreens didn't have it.
You can get you a basketball or football from there now than it was then.
Say Willie. These niggas on here young, bro. They don't know what the fuck Woolworths is. Come on, dog.
Yeah, they don't know. Man. I brought up a Nerf. I brought up a Nerf screamer.
Boy, the Nerf balls used to go hard.
Oh yeah.
Specifically, the screamer with the tail. I brought that up the other day. Nick, they looked at me like I was crazy. I had no idea what I was
talking about.
We throwing that shit 100 yards. Like,
easy.
Sail through the air.
The times. The memories with that Joan, right? Like, and that's the thing. Like, a lot of these guys don't really realize. I think when they say this, is like, oh well, NBA guys can translate better than here, or NFL guys can translate better than here. And it's like, you don't really know that, bro. Like, a lot of these niggas are just dumb athletic to where they can step on any way, shape, or form of atmosphere or environment, and they're gonna thrive. They gonna thrive. Like,
just because their mentality.
Just because their mentality, and just because they just that athletic. Like, Odell is one of the most athletic motherfuckers that I've seen. nigga can hoop, nigga play basketball, nigga can do a motherfucking backflip and a gainer. If you can do a gainer, that's backflip turns for a motherfucker for a running backflip. Like you have to run and do it. It's crazy. If you can do that, especially after tearing your ACL twice, nigga, you're crazy athletic, bro. Okay, you're a different type of level. You're a different type of level of athlete. All right.
So I feel like there's a deeper thing going on here with it's always basketball players bringing this shit up. Is this? I feel like they intentionally say stuff like this to prove that they're hard, like literally.
I mean, you think so? Because that's the angle I was going with.
But it's not like you can go back to the day. We all know who was hard back. Charles Oakley, Xavier McDaniel. We all
right, but this conversation.
But there's no hard dude now like that.
Right, that's what I'm saying. This conversation wasn't taking place in the 70s and 80s. Everybody was just like, especially with somebody like Charles Oakley, just you got to respect that and move on. Charles Oakley was now they filtered it out so much, and a lot of these guys, their parents played a professional sport, so they ain't grow up in. A lot of them ain't growing up in the hood. They had paid for trainers. People our age protected them as they were growing up. The older people protect them as like it's not like it was back in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. It's literally just and I hate to say like it's because they want to prove that they're hard, this and that, because there's still some legitimate people in the NBA who gave up gangbanging life and things like that. But for majority of them, they're a bunch of scrawny dudes running around, and then whenever they get mad, they pop up and get in each other's face. Bro, we just had a bench clearing brawl in the MLB, bro. In the MLB. This is full of white people. You know what I'm saying? Like
for the most part,
For the most
Which is
part,
what they do a lot.
Yep.
And white people don't go out there claiming that they hard. Like what do y'all have to prove, bro? You don't even got to break up an NBA. You don't even got to break up two people arguing in the NBA. Y'all go ahead and finish what y'all got going on. Let's get back to playing basketball because ain't neither one of y'all gonna do shit.
Well, I mean, look at them like y'all done.
Things now are not like it was back then. Y'all remember Steven Jackson in Indiana?
Well, Steven Jackson is legit.
Y'all remember that?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
They nothing like that now.
Yeah, well, bruh, Baron Davis had to call Steven Jackson mommy like, don't worry, mom, I got him. He ain't gonna do none of this stupid shit no more.
Yep.
Just for his mom to okay him leaving Texas.
Well, I mean, it's crazy because I think back in the day, right? Like the reason why this conversation didn't happen is because the guys had a respect, right? Like a lot of the guys had a respect for each other's craft, right? Like the NBA guys respected the baseball guys, and respected the NFL guys, respected the MLB guys, and respected the hockey guys, right? Like there was a certain kind of decorum that you guys had, right? That's the NFL guys respected the NBA guys, like even though you had the dunk contest with Deion Sanders and Terrell Owens and you feel me, like Vince Carter, Vince Carter, like or Chris Carter, I'm sorry.
Chris Carter, yeah.
Like these guys, like even though you had the dunk contest with these guys and these guys are competing, like Tim Brown and stuff like that, bro, like they knew, like, I'm not finna step on a court with fucking Kobe or Jordan, bro. Like that's not what's finna happen.
No way in hell.
I'm athletic enough to dunk. Don't get me wrong, my nigga. Like I got a little moves and I can hit a little 3-pointer or whatever, but nigga, that's Kobe, bro. Like nigga, that is Jordan up there, nigga. That what? Absolutely the fuck not. Hey,
look, here's a good one because I know y'all heard about the UCLA runs.
Mm-hmm.
I know y'all know about Pro-Am and things of that nature. Not once have I seen a basketball player go to OTAs and suit up. Not once have I seen a basketball player say, "Hey, let me go play some spring football with these guys to get a workout." And no, ain't none of that shit happening. Basketball players know better. None of that is happening.
Yeah,
but you will see Terrell Owens go play Pro-Am. You will see Chad Ochocinco go play Pro-Am. You see guys like Chris Carter, like, hey, UCLA runs, let's go. Randy Moss, UCLA runs, let's go. There's stories about these guys coming over and playing Pro-Am in Seattle or playing UCLA runs or wherever open runs is in other colleges. Like, hey, I just want to get some cardio in. Can I come play with y'all? This and that. And they go out there and they can fucking play.
Here's the thing that kills me. Here's the thing that makes me love Terrell Owens. He still think he can play football. And he want to come back and play with his son. I said, bro, that's a beast ass mentality. You ain't played 15, 20 years, and you still think you can come back and be, you can do some things, not all things, but some things to help the 49ers out.
I
Hey,
believe it.
that's a beat ass mentality. And to be honest, this is why I disagree with Shannon, because Shannon looks at it as an age thing. I look at it more, if you're in shape, and I'm talking about football, it may take him a minute to get there. But you mean to tell me that man's 6'3", 6'4"? You mean to tell me he can't be relevant in the red zone?
Bruh, not only
Even
that,
now?
Passes the game.
Terrell Owens still plays football regularly to this day. This is not your average NFL player that left the league and sat down. We talking about a guy that can still run a 40 at 4.5, 4.6.
Yep.
Faster than a lot of players in the NFL
Yep.
now.
Yep.
So it's not as far-fetched as Shannon makes it seem. I think where he comes from is more of a mentality standpoint. Do you want to put your body through the grind at the age you're at? It might take you a little longer to get in shape than to football shape, not just in shape.
Right. Not just shape, but football shape. Yeah.
But do you want to put your body through the grind to get back in game shape? Do you still want to take them hits because it's going to take your body longer to recover? You're going to be more sore longer than what it was when you were younger, because your body, as you get older, it heals slower. If you get hurt, whereas it when you're 21, 22, Terrell Owens played on a broken ankle in the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Terrell Owens now cannot play on a broken ankle in the Super Bowl.
He's not doing that.
And that's pretty much what Shannon is. It's not really. He's like, yeah, you're older and you've been out of the game, but it's like, because you've been out of the game, your body's not conditioned to take those hits anymore. You're going to have to relearn how to take all that stuff as an older player now. And that's why I think Shannon is coming from, as far as he's not saying like you can't do it, because he told same thing to Cam Newton. He was like, I'm not saying that you couldn't do it, but you have to be able to sacrifice and commit to getting back into game shape and being able to be like, all right, this is what I want to do. Nothing else matters. Not wanting to be, got to be away from your family. Like Brady is a different. You see, Brady had to lose his wife to come back and play one season.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You got you're not the only person that got to sacrifice. Everybody around you has to sacrifice for you to be able to go back and do it now, when they have already gave up so much of their life for your playing career.
Mm-hmm. That's the biggest factor. And I think you touched on something that a lot of people haven't really touched on, especially Austin Rivers, with his light-skinned brittle ass, is a lot of you NBA players are soft. Like, that's the reason why you are playing basketball, is because you're soft. Straight up. I'm not even going to lie to you. Like, I'm not going to be the guy to tell you that you're soft, but I'm going to be the guy to tell you that you're soft. Okay?
I bet he won't put it. I bet he wouldn't put his own name in that top 30. I bet he won't.
If you,
like, I bet he won't.
Thing, right? Like, because y'all sit here and cry over contusions and knees and, oh, my knee hurts and, oh, I got a little knee soreness and shit like that. I've literally played with guys that played with broken hands. Okay. Niggas play with in football. We play broken hands all the time. Nigga, play the club on that shit. Nigga, let's fucking go. Okay.
Okay, but in fairness to the basketball guys, you can't
play with a broken hand. I get that. But I seen Kobe break his motherfucking. I seen Kobe break broken
fingers. He broke his fingers though.
Popped them bitches right back in and kept them playing on the motherfucking court.
Okay. So this is one thing I will say. Kobe, I do believe, is one of the guys that could go play in the NFL because of his mentality. He
has a different type of mentality, and that's the thing. Takes a different type of person to not only want to, but to accept getting hit over and over and over like that for 60, 45, 35, however fucking long the game is, right? And so I think that's the ultimate thing, right? Is like, y'all bodies aren't trained to be going at high speeds like that and colliding with one another. Excuse me. So like when you run into somebody up the middle or you get hit, like, you gonna break something for surely.
Mm-hmm.
I think the ultimate validation in all of this for football players having the argument is literally once you get to the NFL, it is very rare they will let you play, even college, they will very rarely let you play two sides of the ball. Travis Hunter is the exact reason why they will rarely let you play both sides of the ball. It's too high impact.
Yep.
It's just too high impact.
Yep.
And once you get up to college, it's very dangerous to let somebody play on both sides of the ball. Football is so much of a dangerous sport. They will not let you play offense on defense in the second highest skill level in their sport.
Yeah, you gotta pick one. You gotta pick one straight up. You can't be.
You gotta pick one and perfect it.
Here and there.
Pick and perfect. Pick and perfect.
Because at the end of the day, there's certain techniques at different levels that go into the position that you're going to play. So if you're always going to be going back and forth between both sides of the ball, then you're always going to be confused on the techniques on how to execute the play. So like for a receiver that also plays DB, he's going to be thinking too much about what the receiver is going to be doing instead of thinking about what he needs to be doing as a DB. So that can kind of get misconstrued and confused for a lot of people and a lot of players. And it's just easy to focus on, or better to focus on one technique or one type of position so that you can get down the mentality it takes to play that position, the technique, and start to rep it, not only mentally, but physically, so that you can master it, right? But if you're constantly focused on this, that, this, then you're never going to be truly as good as you should be when it comes to mastering a craft like that. So I think all of that plays a factor, bro, because like I said, you can't just say that you can drop 30 guys in the NFL and be like, oh, well, I know these guys are going to thrive and succeed, but like the contact, the body, right? I don't think you can, right? Because the contact,
I would really think you could,
workouts, right? Like just like DJ Michael B said, like you see guys pulling up to UCLA, pulling up to USC, open runs. What's up? We at the gym. Pull up, let's run. I'm just trying to get my cardio in, right? A lot of football guys do this shit for cardio, right? You don't see no NBA guy coming to OTAs with the helmet and pads on, cleats, and like, hey, I'm here to get some work, man. One-on-ones, where your best receiver at? I'm playing DB and I'm strapping shit. You feel me? Yep. Like, give me 10 routes type shit. Like, you're not seeing that because you outside. You're in a different factor of the environment, right? You're dealing with the heat. You're dealing with the cold, right? You're dealing with the rain, the snow. Like, you don't know what environment you're going to be in. Like, all that plays a part. So you're not just in a gym and indoors to where your body is used to that every single day. Like, nah, one day it's going to be hot as balls. Next day, it might be hot with a little bit of breeze. The next day, it might be hot as shit, dry heat. The next day, it might be fucking cold because there ain't no goddamn sun and it's overcast and it's hella fucking windy. The next day, it might be raining like shit. The next day, you might have fucking snow and ice on the field. Like, you don't know.
Goddamn, Moo, you described one day in Texas and you're going over multiple days with other people.
That's one day.
One day in Texas.
One day. I would love to see you niggas practice outside in Texas heat. I would love it. I would love to see you practice outside in Texas heat.
You know what? Yeah, I would love to see that. You know what else is what I also do think? I think, like I said, I also do think there's other sports, i.e., y'all can say whatever people can say whatever they want to. I do believe there's other sports. Example, not even example. I'm going to pinpoint soccer. I think there is more soccer players that can translate over to play basketball than there are basketball players translate over. Soccer footwork is stupid, bro.
It is.
If your footwork, and because my cousin played soccer to high school, and he played a little bit of soccer in college. He can't play basketball. He can't score. But I can tell you one thing he can do. He will take your best player in basketball and lock him down by moving his feet and not even reaching. Mm-hmm. You won't be able to get to the basket because he's going to beat you to every spot because he's taught how to watch your feet and how to move. Like basketball is a lot of different skills put into one sport. Mm-hmm. And a lot of different skills can translate you into basketball. If you can jump super high and super athletic, we can use you on a pick and roll with lobs.
Yep.
If your footwork is... Example, Hakeem Olajuwon and Joel Embiid, Patrick Ewing grew up playing soccer, all these guys.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Soccer translates well over into basketball too. Basketball is probably the sport that you can translate over to best in a lot of different sports.
That's
you know
true.
what I'm saying? It just is what it is. I mean, it's no slight to basketball. I'm not saying basketball is the easiest sport to play, but I feel like it's so much intentional one-on-one in basketball than in any other team sport. Like one person can take over the game, and you could just run down the court and play defense and hey, he could shoot. All I gotta do is lock down my person. And if you're that good with your footwork, you can make it. If you got the speed and you can move around. So it's really ridiculous. Because in football, you gotta have a lot of footwork too. You gotta know how to move.
Yep.
And that's why I think corners would be so successful in guarding on the basketball court, because i.e. in high school, I was a man. I busted my ankle. I couldn't play basketball. I busted my ankle playing soccer. I was a soccer kid. But what I did notice was football players would come over all the time to play against basketball players. Basketball players were so soft. Football players would win all the time. And it used to annoy the shit out of me, because I was like, why is 5 people coming over from football and they're winning when we got a 6'5" guy in the post on this team, and their tallest player is 6'2"? How the hell are we not winning? What the hell is going on? It's because the basketball players couldn't score because they couldn't get around the footwork of the defense.
Yep.
That football players come out there and play straight man to man.
That's what we do.
Austin Rivers is crazy, man. Austin Rivers is crazy.
He's crazy. He's just
mad.
Person.
He just mad because he ain't in the league no more. He just mad.
And I want him to be more intentional in what he's saying, because a lot of basketball players do come from football, right? So here's my challenge to Austin Rivers. If you think that, get me 30 basketball players in the NFL that didn't play no high school football, drop them in the NFL and tell them to succeed.
Right now.
I'm still waiting on him to give me names. You got to prove that. You got to back that up. You got 30 NBA players. You got to back that up, cuz.
I don't want no football background.
You need to back that up like a TikTok video. You need to show proof of that.
In today's age, bro, it's so easy to back things up. It's so easy to stand on what you're saying, right? Because y'all got the money to do it. You feel me? Like, you have the money to take 30 basketball players, whether they be current, whether they be G League, whether they be past basketball players, whether they be motherfuckers who played basketball in college and just didn't get drafted and decided to go other paths in life. You got the money to start a team, whether that be a 7-on-7 team, whether that be a motherfucking passing league team, whatever the case may be, they're out there, right? You got adult flag football, you got all kind of passing league travel teams and shit like that you can compete in, right? Both contact and non-contact.
Mm-hmm.
Take 30 guys out there, take 25 guys out there. Go ahead and get your work. You ain't got nothing to worry about, big dog. I don't see you on the team right now. I don't see you in the gym. I don't see you on the sideline. You ain't got nothing to worry about. Go take your team out there. You feel me? Go get a little ball like LeBron be doing and shit before the games, and go ahead and hike your ass on the field.
Hey, move. Let's make this. Let's bring it down to a fair level here with basketball. I challenge Austin Rivers to get any 11 players he wants. That way they can sub in and out, and the NFL take their 11 players they want. They can take 11 players off the bench. And not first string guys, second string guys. Take them off the bench and let's run a 7-on-7 football game and see who get their ass kicked.
Shit. Yeah, I would literally give them the lot. Like, okay, since since y'all don't have pads and you niggas is bitches, so we know you're not gonna be able to take contact, because as soon as you get hit, y'all gonna start to cry.
Oh yeah.
We not gonna do no contact, whatever the case may be. We're not even gonna bring no linemen in here, because somebody gonna get choked out, and then you can start to cry even more. Okay, because linemen get nasty. Okay, if you know, you know. Okay, you're just gonna call it a smooth 7-on-7 game. Get 2 corners, 2 safeties, some linebackers, and you good. You feel me? We gonna have quarterback, receivers, running backs. You feel me? And we just gonna swap. You feel me? 7-on-7. We gonna see exactly what it do. And I don't want to see motherfuckers out there playing catch with themselves and all shit like that. Like, nah, go out there and get some real competition. Okay, Cam wasn't out there to step on the court with Boogie Cousins. Okay, shoot, why y'all scared to step on the field, bro? Y'all scared to get locked down by a 5'10" corner? He's 5'10".
Because it hurts their brand.
Oh yeah,
he's 5'10". Like, a lot of these corners that we see in the league, bro, they're not even over 6 foot.
They jump out the building though.
5'10", 5'11".
You feel me? Tall corners is rare.
Yeah.
What y'all scared of? Come out here and get locked. It's all good.
Facts.
I need to remind people. CJ Stroud senior year. I don't know if y'all. I'm pretty sure y'all seen the video because he was with on the Michael Parsons show. CJ Stroud was on the court with Jaime Jaquez and dropped 40 on their head, bro.
Game winner.
40 on the head.
Winner.
And that's my quarterback. That's my quarterback of the Houston Texans. It's
With
like
game
Quarterback.
winner. 40 on a first round pick.
That's my quarterback.
Yeah. Football players can ball. Okay.
This is just a
now. Before we get up out of here,
conversation.
Before we get up out of here, right? Gonna transition a little bit because tomorrow is Friday and we do got the best damn football show. Coined by DJ Micah B. Fellas, did you guys happen to check out that Tom Brady roast?
I caught bits and pieces. I haven't seen the whole thing yet, but bits and pieces.
That, my friends, is stirring up a lot of controversy right now. First being Robert Kraft and Bill Belichick. I heard through the grapevine and through a few little birds that be flying in my window sometimes, that they had not one, not two, but three very awkward exchanges, encounters that night. And there's some bad blood, some turmoil between those two guys, Bill Belichick and Robert Kraft, man. And I heard that they weren't really good sports about the jokes that were being told that night. No.
It ain't that you were told. It was very obvious because Tom Brady got up there and said, "Don't say nothing. Don't say that again."
Yeah, don't say that shit again, dog. Oh my god, that shit was great. But just a few quick thoughts about the roast and the roasting of athletes. DJ, I'm gonna start with you.
Number one, I think the roast of Tom Brady was brilliant. I want to give Tom Brady a shout out for having to sit through that. Cause boy, Kevin Hart, Nikki Glazer, what's Jerry Ross?
Oh, from what I saw, Nikki was good with it. From what I saw, she was good with it.
Nikki was a monster, bro. Nikki was a monster. But Jerry Ross came out there trolling after OJ died. They all trolled Aaron Hernandez.
Yep.
Like all that. I mean, this thing was. I feel bad for Aaron Hernandez family, bro. I really do.
They probably stood up there punching.
Yeah, there was a story that came out that said his family had an issue with it.
Yeah.
I just want to remind y'all, Aaron Hernandez was a real killer, so I don't doubt this real. I'm not doubting the rest of his family. So, but bro, the roast was fantastic. Tom Brady being a good sport, he got jibbed on all night because him and Giselle broke up. I think it was Ross that pointed out that the night before was supposed to be Tom Brady's 20th anniversary.
Yep.
So, but I am going to give a big shout out to Kevin Hart. I was very skeptical at Kevin Hart being the host, but Kevin Hart had jokes for everybody.
Deserved it.
Everybody. Bill Belichick was probably the person that surprised me the most. I thought Bill Belichick got some good shots in there. Randy Moss harped on the fact that they cheated all the time except when he wasn't there to win a ring.
Valid though. That's very valid.
It was very valid. But I mean, and all you probably got the best wide receiver, arguably the best wide receiver, because I still think it's Jerry. Arguably the best wide receiver ever, and obviously the GOAT. Y'all know where I stand on the difference between the GOAT and the best. So hey, you got the GOAT quarterback, arguably the best wide receiver, and you still couldn't get it done. So, but Gronk was the highlight of the night for me because Gronk was absolutely drunk.
I gotta see that.
Shit,
I gotta see that, man.
Right. That's what plastered, dog.
Oh my goodness, I got to see that.
Gronk got up there. Gronk wasn't even that funny. He just got up there being Gronk, and then he got Robert Kraft and Tom Brady and Bill Belichick all to take a toast together. I'm actually surprised that Bill Belichick actually showed up.
Same.
You know, after all the stuff that came out. They even touched on it. It was like, hey, finally we all know it was Bill. It was definitely Bill. And then, to be fair to Tom Brady, after they were all done, he got up there for about 10, 15 minutes and he roasted all these motherfuckers back. He roasted all of them back. He did. He got up there. He got up there and roasted them back. And I was like, this is the Brady that. And to be fair to the Patriots, you know, or to the players that played on the Patriots got the perfect player reps to keep all their personnel, except Gronk. Gronk didn't give a damn. But
yeah.
They kept all their reps under. So, you know, you think about it from the outside looking in, it was like, man, ain't none of these dudes up here from the Patriots gonna be good. They're not gonna have jokes. But they weren't allowed to let their personality show either. Julian Edelman was fucking fantastic. Even though I know Julian Edelman already had personality because he has a podcast or whatever.
Most definitely.
To see a lot of those dudes just cut up like that, and then Bill Belichick came up there and roasted all of them, all his former players. I loved it. So that was and it's been a while since we had a roast.
Yep.
So for Tom Brady was a good sport for letting them roast him, especially after he had just broke up with Giselle. Kim Kardashian got up there. She got booed, but halfway through,
motherfucker.
But halfway through,
I gotta go back and watch this.
Halfway through the boos, they all turned to cheers because she was freaking hilarious. And then there's a guy who has a podcast. I didn't catch his name. I don't know who he is, but this dude absolutely stole the freaking show, bro. He got up there and was killing. They stood up and gave this man a standing ovation when he was done. Everybody. It was so damn good. You gotta watch it, Willie.
I gotta watch it. I gotta watch it.
You gotta watch it. But quick thoughts on the glimpses that you did see. I'm gonna be right back.
Just from what I saw old girl kill it. From what I saw, I did see some of that. Saw a little bit of Kevin Hart, and that was pretty much about all I saw. But I'm definitely gonna go back and watch the whole thing. From what little bit I saw, though, it looked like the bit was funny as hell. So I got to go back and watch it.
Yeah. I need you to watch the whole thing, man. You're going to come back next week and be like, I finally watched it, and it's been. I think that's been better than any comedy special I've seen. I did like. I don't know if you've seen Marlon Wayne's comedy special. Marlon Wayne's comedy special was absolutely hilarious with the Will and Jada thing. And how he inserted himself. Brilliant comedy. Brilliant. But that might be funnier than any comedy stand-up I've seen in the past 3 or 4 years.
Oh, man.
It was freaking, yeah, dude. It's hilarious. It's been a while since I laughed that much. and it's literally like just you and your boys hanging out and y'all roasting each other. As a roast should be.
Right. I feel
but it's a lot of personal shit that comes out in that roast, bro. Very, very personal. I think somebody made the joke was like, I think it was Randy Moss. He was like, you got 7, but since Giselle gave you her ring back now, you got 8, so you can afford to give me one of those Super Bowl rings.
Damn.
Oh yeah.
Shit.
They talked about Belichick and Robert Kraft was like they should. I think he was like they're probably going out for dinner after, or they could just go out for massages. And that's when Tom Brady got up and was like, "Don't say that shit again."
Damn.
Yeah, it was personal.
It was very valid though. That was a very valid roast. I'm not gonna lie.
It is, but it's still an open case. That's why he was like, "Don't say that shit
it's still an open case. You can't talk about it."
And that's the reason why it's still an open case. So hey, don't talk about that shit. We don't talk about Bruno, at least not yet. But I apologize for me having to step away. I do live in a house, and somebody came to the door.
And you do have kids,
but I had to go catch that before my dogs start to go crazy. When them dogs get to barking, I have 3 of them, and they don't like to shut up. So, my thoughts about this roast, like DJ Michael B said, I thought it was necessary. We haven't had a roast in a while, and I think with Tom Brady doing this and with him being such a good sport about it, especially for it being 3 fucking hours long, I'm not gonna lie to you, that shit was kind of crazy. I didn't expect it to be that long. I thought it was
Central would never.
Right? Comedy Central would never. Y'all got an hour and a half to talk your shit and get the fuck out. Okay, that's what we want today. All right. Netflix said, "Nah, we going live for 3 hours. We're gonna sit up here in LA and laugh at this shit, and at home and laugh at this shit. We'll give a fuck." But like I said, I thought it was needed for comedy. Right? The dark humor, the gruesome humor, the sexual humor, whatever, all the humor that everybody completed on their sets. I thought it was absolutely necessary. Because just like hip hop, we've gotten to a time where everything is so watered down. All the jokes are the same. All the punchlines are the same because nobody wants to go over the line or get canceled for saying this or
Right.
They didn't give a flying fuck.
And they went up there in true comedian form, like we know and love, and let everything fly, no holds barred. And this is the reason why I was so happy with Kevin Hart, is because with his earlier shows, you've seen that Kevin Hart, right? With his later shows and his later movies, you didn't really get to see that part of Kevin Hart. So getting up there and him being vulgar Kevin Hart and him telling people fuck you and calling people bitches, and that's the Kevin Hart we want to see, okay, on live, on stand-up and movies and stuff like that. Him roasting people, like that's the Kevin Hart we love, we grew up and love, okay? So I thought it was dope. I thought it was great for comedy. I thought there was definitely something that was needed for comedy to get people out of their feelings so much, because people forget, like, this is the reason why comedy exists, to make jokes and laugh about the serious situations.
Right. Everybody caught strays.
Everybody. Doesn't matter who you are, what you look like, what color you are. Everybody catches strays, and this is what comedy is about. This is what roasting is about, because the world needs to laugh, okay? And that's what comedy is. We're taking serious situations and making jokes out of them, so that people can laugh and gain, a little piece of serotonin from it, right? So without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get into final thoughts. Starting off with my boy DJ Micah B. Go ahead, big dog.
Well, you know what I'm about to do. Every time I get my final thoughts, I appreciate y'all for having me on here again. As long as y'all keep inviting me, I will keep coming back. Man of 3 shows if that's what's needed. Man of 4 shows if that's what needed. But make sure you tune into the best damn football show on the internet tomorrow with my boy Moo, and of course, Mr. Picante himself,
Picante,
aka Mel. Of course, we're off Saturday. So, no, have y'all started y'all Patreon shows on Saturday?
Not yet. We're still in the work, trying to fix everything, logistics and stuff like that, but it is coming.
Okay, so there you go. So we'll be off Saturday and we'll be off Sunday, and we'll be right back with the boys on Monday with me, Moo, Troy, Boo-Wop, and then off Tuesday, and then Wednesday, you already know what it is, 7:45 Central Time, 8:45 Eastern, which is 5:45 Pacific. You got Gentleman's Talk, me, Outlaw, GQ, Rod. Never know when Moo's gonna pop in that thing. You never know who we're gonna have pop up on the guest list, because we had a guest last week pop up to talk about the beef. So y'all make sure y'all tune in for that. And of course, I'm sorry, I skipped over Tuesdays without talking about Willie's show. Willie, what's up with your show on Tuesday?
Appreciate you. Don't forget Monday nights. We got the Sports Report podcast on Mondays. We're gonna go over everything that goes down in the NFL, MLB, as well as the NBA. That's on Monday nights, Facebook and on Twitch. Tuesday nights, we do Sports Report Fight Night. We talk about the best in pro wrestling. That's also on Facebook and that's on YouTube and Twitch. Third Wednesday morning, I am on doggone it. It just escaped me that fast. Well, I'll come back to it later.
Now, Willie, you can't draw a blank right now.
I can't. I just do a complete blank. There's a freaking blank. But it's only a segment. When we talk about basketball, that's about 9 a.m. And then on Thursdays, I'm here with you guys, player versus team. And then Saturday is my geek show, the Geek Gauntlet podcast, and that's also on YouTube and Twitch. Definitely check everything out.
Y'all heard the fellas. Make sure you guys go tap in.
Wire to Wire Sports. There we go. Wire to Wire.
It is.
Wire to Wire Sports. Sorry, fellas. Wire to Wire Sports.
5 in the morning. Give us that time.
It's been a long day.
It's been a long day. You said 9 a.m. in the morning?
9 a.m. in the morning. My segment normally hits about 9:10 to about 9:30. I'm the ABA analyst over there. So you definitely check us out.
Most definitely, man. Y'all heard the men, bro. Y'all heard the fellas. Go ahead and check out all the shows. Like we said, we are at 1,300 and growing on the podcast right now. So keep liking, keep sharing, keep subscribing. We appreciate all y'all. We love y'all. We couldn't be here without you guys. We're gonna continue to keep rocking out with this dope ass content. Continue to grow, and yeah, we're gonna see you guys very soon.